I am popping some champagne for this one, you guys. There we go. That's the best sound in the world, isn't it? Can you see the smoke coming out of that? Not smoke, but whatever that is, those beautiful champagne vapors. I'm gonna fill her up, baby. This calls for it. There you go. So I just filmed this entire video. I go get comfortable, take all the jewels off, and then I'm sitting down to upload and edit, and I realize I forgot this part. Here we go. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I do that every time. It's the first thing I film every time. How could I forget that? By the way, this is my almond champagne from Flat Creek. Not mine, because I don't make it, but this is a Texas vineyard called Flat Creek. It's a sparkling almond. It is fantastic. Where's my coaster? Here's my coaster. The boyfriend stole it from the Texas Bluebonnet Wine Trail. That was a prize for visiting 6 vineyards in 2 weekends. Cheers. I'm channeling one of my favorite YouTubers, Wil Mikahson here. Okay, first things first, I want to say hi, give a little shout out to 2 of my favorite subscribers. So I saw some family this past weekend, and I have these 2 little cousins who I hardly ever see. I've only seen them a few times in their lives. So I don't really go up and approach them and hug them because I don't like, when I was a kid I didn't like it when people I barely knew came up and hugged me and pinched my cheeks and told me I was cute, and I've grown so much, so I don't do that to them. I have these 2 cousins, Milana and Haven. Milana's the older one, and Milana came up to me and she was so funny. She didn't even say hi or anything. She just like pointed and said, "I watch you on YouTube." I thought that was hilarious. So hi Milana, hi Haven. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks when we have our little trip together. All right guys, I've got my champagne. I've got my box. This box is from Fashionphile, and I have to give you some backstory. This is the Chanel item I've been telling you about for months. I've been trying to get it. I've been dreaming about it for months and months. I don't know when exactly it was that I first set my eyes out for this piece, but I went into the store in January, I think it was, to buy it. January, February, I think it was January. And they didn't have it in stock. So I blew my money on something else, Louis Vuitton something, I'm sure. And I just got enough to purchase it again. So I went to the store and they still didn't have it, or they again didn't have it. The first time I went, the person who was helping me gave me his card, said that he would call me when they got the piece back in stock, and apparently they never got it back in stock because this other girl I was talking about said they hadn't had it in a long time. And they were saying that the new Chanel collection was coming out into the stores the end of May, beginning of June 2018, and for me to check back then. Well, I'm pretty impatient when I get my mind set on something and I've got the cash for it. And then she also said that she didn't think that they were going to have that piece in. And then I checked the Chanel boutique in the Neiman Marcus at the Houston Galleria, and that guy actually pulled out a binder that had papers, because papers are in a binder, right? And it had a list and photos of everything that was offered and then notes on what they had ordered, and they hadn't ordered this piece. So I thought, well, it looks like the chance of me getting it at the boutique are pretty slim. I was so set on getting this at the boutique. 1, because it's cheaper at the boutique than it is Preloved. 2, I wanted the store experience. I still haven't purchased anything from the Chanel boutique, and I really wanted to have that experience and have the packaging, and I don't have any camellias. By the way, I got this camellia yesterday at the Talbot's outlet. I got a white one and a black one. It was originally $25 and they had them on clearance for $5. And it's not, you know, the best camellia ever. It's not fabric, it's some kind of like flocked plasticky material. It's weird, but it's cute. I'm all Chanel'd out today. I've got my pearls, got my pearl bracelets, and all the pearls are fake except for my earrings, which were a gift from a dear friend a few years ago. So I have my Chanel piece here. I had to buy it pre-loved because I couldn't find it in the store. I got it from Fashionphile, and you guys know that I'm all about getting a bargain. There was no getting a bargain on this piece. Not only did I have to pay retail, I had to pay $100 over retail. It was actually a little more than 100, it was like $120 over retail. When you included the tax at the boutique, it was about $80 over retail. I was not happy about that. And because of this, I'm a little hesitant about keeping this item. I'm really excited to finally have it and open it, but I'm also skeptical of whether I should really be spending that much on this piece and if it's really gonna work for me that well, or if I've just built it up in my head, you know? So we'll see. But I am excited to open it, and since I couldn't have the store experience, I had to pop the champagne for it. So here we go, let's get into it. Oh, and I also have my little Sugarfina Royal Roses. These are my favorite things from Sugarfina. They are so delicious. Strawberry and cherry flavored. Here, it says, these beautiful roses are blooming with all natural flavors of strawberry, raspberry, cherry, and blackcurrant, and they're made in Germany. They're so good. And how was that royal wedding, you guys? I got up at 5 in the morning to watch it. We watched Suits, so I had to see our Meghan get married and become a princess or duchess, whatever she is. Okay, let's get into this box. I've cut the tape, and here is the Fashionphile. I was a little bit worried when I saw this box because it's a little brown box, and I thought, is that the Fashionphile box? Is that gonna have Fashionphile written in it? And it does. It has the thank you card here, and has the Fashionphile logo. It says at Fashionphile. This envelope has my receipt. This is the receipt. This is buying a Fashionphile certified item means total peace of mind. I won't read the whole thing, but there it is, Fashionphile certified. There's the back of it if you want to pause that and read it. We want this bag back, cash for your bag. Now this is one of the reasons. Well, let me give you a little bit more backstory here. I know we want to get into the unboxing, but this particular item, I knew specifically what I wanted. It comes in different colors and some different finishes, different colors hardware too. I knew exactly what I wanted, and I saw some others that were really pretty. And what I did was I made a list. I went through all of the pre-loved sites that I use, which are all listed in the description box below if you want to know about those places. And I've just made a list of all the items and the prices and all that. There were some other ones that I was interested in, but I knew that if I got something that wasn't exactly what I really wanted, that I'd be okay with that item, but I'd still want this one. And when I was looking for this, there was only one of this exact one that I wanted. And it was from Fashionphile, and it was $120 over retail. So I decided to get it because I knew it's a difficult to find item. I know it's expensive. These tend to be more expensive. But one of the reasons I was happy to get it from Fashionphile is because they have a great return policy. If I'm not happy, I can send it back. Or if I am happy and I use it, but then let's say a couple months go by and I decide, you know, this really isn't fitting into my lifestyle the way I thought it would, they'll buy it back. So they'll buy this piece back for, I think it was $200 less than I paid for it. I can also try to sell it to somebody else and probably get all of my money back, but it's good to have those little backup plans in case you aren't totally sure about an item. Fashionphile has some options for you that are really nice. So that reminded me of that. And then it has this card, shop, sell, repeat, and Fashionphile. Let's see what else is in here. The Fashionphile confetti. I'm gonna do some more Wil Mikahson here. I'm just gonna totally rip him off. Hold on, here we go. It got into my champagne. I think that happened to him once too. I'm totally madly in love with Wil Mikahson. So, and he knows it, I'm sure. Look at that. I wanna lick that tissue paper. It's delicious. Got my Fashionphile file. All right, here we go. Here's my box. So this came with the box. It didn't come with the ribbon or the camellia. It should have the dust bag in it. I'm a little surprised, I don't know, that it doesn't have a Fashionphile dust bag, but it doesn't bother me because it should have the Chanel dust bag. So there's the sticker used as the new fashionphile.com. Slip that off, and there's the lovely little Chanel box. Now, last time I opened a Chanel piece, when I opened this one, my first Chanel piece, I said in the video that the box was shinier than I was expecting. One of my viewers told me that that was an older box and they used to be shinier. So this is what I'm used to seeing in people's unboxings. It's more of a matte box. This has a Fashionphile sticker here that I'm not going to show you up close because it gives away what it is. But otherwise, there are no other stickers on the outside of the box. It has kind of a, I don't know how to describe it. It almost feels, dusty isn't quite the right word, but our yearbooks, I teach yearbook at school, and we have this cover called a soft touch cover. It feels a lot like that. It's a soft box. Interesting. Here's the little Fashionphile tag, which also says what it is, so I'm not going to show you. And then inside, it has the Chanel dust bag. Now this piece had a little piece of felt that wrapped around it. It didn't have a true dust bag, and apparently that was original to that piece too. So this is the original dust bag. And let me show you the paperwork before we get into the bag here. There's a bunch of stuff in here. I don't know what all this is. This is, go through this. This just looks like some tissue paper. Yeah, it's just some white tissue paper. Maybe that came in the original Chanel packaging. This was listed as excellent condition, by the way, which for Fashionphile, they have new condition and then excellent. So should be pretty great. It said it had some scuffs or something. This is just a blank piece of cardstock. This too, but it has a hole in it. I don't know what this stuff is. This must be the tissue paper that came wrapped around the item originally. I'm surprised this stuff is here. Oh, I didn't know that it had this little care booklet. So, Petite Mardoniere. That sounds more Italian because I don't know anything about French. Nor do I know much about Italian. There is some paperwork inside. I'm very curious about this because I didn't get any paperwork with my other one. I hope this isn't boring, but I'm really curious, so I'm sure there are some other people who are curious too. And this print is itty bitty tiny. I have no idea what it says because I do not have my glasses, but it looks like it's in French, so that won't be helpful to me, but there's probably an English version somewhere in here. I'm gonna have to figure that out later when I get my glasses on. And here's a little one that is in a bunch of different languages. That one I definitely can't read. No idea what that says. This one too. Language is fascinating. I know, it's amazing. All right, whatever that is, that's it. And all these weird pieces of cardstock and tissue paper. Let's finally get to this item. Chanel dust bag has some kind of tag going through it. That must be from Fashionphile, I'm gonna guess. Feels like it's upside down. Hold on a second, I wanna open it properly for you. I'm not looking at it. I'm doing this without looking. Okay, now it's in properly. Here we go. Look what I got. It's the Chanel Boy, I don't know if it's a coin or a card holder. I've seen it labeled as both. It's in black caviar leather with the gold toned hardware. This snaps here and opens up to that. What is this card? Another piece of cardboard, so that must be what these cards were. They were inside. Yeah, that's exactly what that is, because this would have been inside with the hole is where it would snap, just like that. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. The pieces of the puzzle are falling into place. And I don't know much about Chanel, but I know enough not to show the whole serial number. Here is the card, and then there is that, the 22, I looked that up yesterday on Yoogi's Closet. They have a great authenticity site. I'll link that below. And the 22 means it was made in 2016 or 17. And then it has this little plain black card in the front here too. So it seems to have all the packaging. The inside is this green color. I wish that it was the burgundy, the Chanel burgundy, but you know, not a big deal. It's very soft. So when you open this up, it has this one pocket here that's lined in a black fabric. The serial number, I'm going to cover up some of those numbers there. Serial is right in there. Little sticker, it's tiny. And then the big pocket there. This says made in Italy. And then it has the Chanel stamp there. I'm gonna run and get my glasses. They were right behind me in this bag the whole time. Here we go. Now I can look at this up close. So like I said, it was in excellent condition. It did say that it has some scuffs, maybe some edge wear. I'm not seeing anything at all. I was curious about the hardware, if it has scratches or anything. I know the hardware on the boy bags is made to look worn and not supposed to be shiny new. And I know it was a little hard to see that there. So this looks like you'd be able to squeeze this and open something, but that's just a faux lock. It's just the snap. I was torn for a while. This was the original one that I wanted, but I was torn between this one too, the classic flap, because I went into the store and they didn't have this. This was back in January, but they did have the classic flap in the black caviar with the gold hardware. And the SA was talking to me about how a lot of people get that one because it's classic, right? I mean, that's when people think Chanel, this is the look people think of with the classic flap bags. So he kind of sold me on that, and I was interested in that one for a while, but then I became interested in this one again, and I just keep going back to it. What I love about this, I feel like the classic flaps, beautiful, and maybe I'll get one someday. If I really like the functionality of this, I'll be adding more, I'm sure. It just felt a little plain. Like if I'm gonna spend that much money, I wanted something with more detail, and this has always caught my eye. I love the border with all the little lines, the structure of that. I love that it still has the diamond quilting like the classic bags do, and I think it's interesting that these lines stop right there too. I don't know if that means anything. I also like that there's this extra detail on the hardware here, and it's not just the CCs. And I don't mean to say just, like I'm not putting the other pieces down because they're gorgeous too, and like I said, I'll probably get one someday. I was also thinking about lambskin. I think this comes in lambskin and not just caviar, but I didn't have a caviar piece yet. This turquoise piece is lambskin. I like it a lot. By the way, I posted this on Instagram, but I'm going to tell you since I'm filming about this. Remember, this is a little bit dingy. I don't know if it's coming up at all on the camera here, but it is just a tiny bit dingy all over the piece. So I wanted to clean it. I was asking you guys what the best way is. I feel like nobody had a certain answer about it. I asked for a quote on cleaning this from Leather Surgeons to give it the spa service. What was it? I want to say it was around $200 that they wanted, and I didn't pay that much more to buy this thing, so I didn't want to pay, you know, almost what I paid to buy it. It's not that dirty that it needs a $200 cleaning, you know. So what I did was I tried a baby wipe, and of course I used the non-alcohol, non-fragrance, you know, the most gentle wipe, and I did it very lightly, and I started like at the bottom on the corners, so in case anything happened, it would be where I wouldn't see it. And pretty much immediately I looked at the baby wipe and there was a little bit of turquoise color on the wipe, so I stopped immediately because I didn't want to ruin this lovely little piece that would be hard to find. So don't use baby wipes on your Chanel. This video is already pretty long because I did so much backstory. And I was thinking of showing you what fits because I have my Sarah wallet. This is interesting too, a little comparison. This thing is small, which is exactly what I wanted. I needed a small wallet. Look how that compares to the compact Sarah wallet. That's a big difference. So y'all saw me unbox this. You heard me say that I think it might be a lot bigger than what I want. I mean, it's basically twice as big as the little Chanel piece. I need something small to go in this bag, and which is Authentication, by the way. If you've never seen this, it's not a Chanel bag. It's from Authentication on Amazon. I'll link that below. This piece is gorgeous. It's lambskin on the outside. I'll link that video below too. I love that bag. I carried that today. I just noticed that you're getting a lot of glare on those glasses. I'm trying to exude Chanel today in honor of the unboxing of my little Chanel piece. I was so excited about this, and I still am. I think I'll probably keep it, even though I feel a little guilty about spending that much on it. I just hate paying retail, and especially over retail, but what are you gonna do? This is what I wanted, and that's what I had to do to get it, unfortunately. So sometimes that happens. I guess all the money that I've saved on other things allows me to justify this, right? Makes up for it. All right, so one last sip of champagne. Delicious, delicious champagne. If you're in Houston or this area, you don't have to go to Flat Creek to get this. They sell it at Total Wine. It's like $15 a bottle. It's fantastic. So anyway, I was saying I was going to take the cards that I have in the Compact Sarah and put them in here to show you what fits, but this video is so long, I'll just do another video on what fits in this and what this fits in too. There's my piece. Gorgeous. Let me know what you think. If you have one, let me know how much you like it or don't. And that's it. I'm gonna go sit on the couch and cuddle with my new Chanel piece. Please click the like button below if you liked this, or even if you didn't, click the like button anyway, you know. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that red subscribe button, please. And also click the bell notification icon if you'd like to be notified when I post new videos. School's almost out. We have 1 week left, and then I'm gonna get busy with YouTube. I'm gonna have like 2.5 months, and I'm hoping to get out a video a day or something like that. Can't hold me to it because I have other things to do too, but that's the plan. I'm gonna be focusing on YouTube hard this summer. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Have a fantastic day. Bye.